It's Wednesday, December 8th at about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm walking east from Yarker along the Cataraqui Trail, and it's -4 degrees with light snow. We've had light snow since this morning. It's only supposed to accumulate a few centimeters, and then it sounds like some rain later in the week. Well, Christmas is rapidly approaching now, eh? We're only a few weeks away. We're having a fairly low-key Christmas, as we often do. I strongly think that we're going to have a white Christmas here this year. We have been getting some pretty cold blasts at times. We're still in that transition phase from warm to cold, so we'll see who wins around Christmas. Well, it's certainly very pretty out, but this temperature at -4 with about a -8 wind chill, and it's getting a little hard to do the video work where you have to keep your hands bare basically. So I'm alternating hands in pocket or putting the camera away so I can have both hands in my pocket for a few seconds and then bring them out again. But it's just at that temperature where it gets pretty hard without freezing your hands to do video work. So I always try to manage what I can though, like doing little snippets here and there, and because it is nice to capture the season, because it is very pretty. All the branches are getting lined with white right now. So we just ended our hike to the east at the Camden-Portland Boundary Road. Total of 3.6 kilometers to that point, so we'll have 7.2 altogether when we get back. I wanted to go further today, but my hip's been bothering me a bit. I got a twinge. I've noticed that over the last couple months, a twinge in there. Hopefully I won't have to replace my hips too soon, because my knees also probably need replacing. Soon I'll be the bionic man, I guess. Anyhow, heading back, my hands are cold. It's one of those gray, dank days. It's very pretty, but the cold just goes right through you for some reason. Of course, it doesn't help when you're filming without gloves and all that kind of stuff. It's been nice to get out. The dogs were antsy. They hadn't had a decent walk in a couple days, so other than just around our property. Getting quite cold on the fingers right now. It's part of the game, I guess. I've just got a northern shrike in the tree behind me here. You probably can't see it in this view because it's such a small view, but I'll throw in a few photos from my iPhone, which I had on 10 power. He's a very calm, tame little thing. He just let me walk right under him. He's probably 30 feet high in a tree. Most often I've found that they fly away when you get too close to them, but that guy's very tame. I wish I'd had my big camera and lens. I could have got some beautiful pictures of it, but you never know when you're going to encounter things like that, and I typically don't bring that big camera and lens on a fairly long walk in the winter just because of the weight and size of it, but if I had brought it there, I could have had some really nice pictures. Oh well, the old saying comes to mind: better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. No truer words have ever been spoken. At this time of year, northern shrikes come down from northern Ontario into southern Ontario here. They're never tremendously numerous, but you can see them fairly regularly through many winters, scattered about. At this time of year, they're eating mainly mammals such as mice and small birds that they can catch. They're only the size of a robin, but they have a strongly hooked bill that can be used to break the necks of their prey and stuff. But I was thinking back there, a lot of the mice around here, meadow voles and things like that, are actually fairly weighty creatures. Like when you find a dead one and lift it up, it's fairly heavy. It probably would weigh as much as that shrike. So I was just thinking it must be quite a battle when a shrike goes after a fairly large rodent like that. I've never seen it happen in real life. You do find their prey items sometimes impaled upon thorny bushes or barbed wire fences. Sometimes that's what they do to hold them in place while they dismember them and eat on them. And anyhow, at the actual time of attack, it must be quite a battle between the two. And shrikes don't have raptorial feet like birds of prey do, that they can hold and grip with. They can hold and grip with them to an extent, but certainly not like a raptor. So they must have to do some pretty quick kill strokes with their bills to break the necks or whatever of their prey, because they couldn't afford to be wrestling with a mouse on the ground, because mice can actually do some pretty good damage too if they turn around and bite at you. So anyhow, that's pretty impressive that a tiny bird like that can take on such large prey, and it's not even a hawk. Just finishing up our hike here at 3:23, and the car is getting covered in snow again, so we're gonna have to sweep that off before we go. Oh, my hands are frozen. Okay guys, time to go.